Previously, we found a lot of water in the front sump. It was something we've never seen like before. Quite scary, right?
Imeletwa na maji. Imeletwa na maji. Na hata mkiangalia wewe mwenyewe utaona hii ni kitu ya kuletwa.
In this kind of a project, planning ahead is quite important. So one of the things that we felt was important for us to do was actually wash our engine. And so
we are going to look for what?
For pressure washer.
No, we need to wash the car. The car is dirty. So this is the next day. Tumemaliza kazi usiku. We didn't update you guys. It's the next day. We are at the office. We are planning to go back to finish what we started. Yes.
Yeah.
But we discovered we are dealing with a lot of dirt. So we are going to look for a pressure washer. Wash a gari. We clean the car. Then we continue. But meanwhile, enjoy the luxury from Sweden. This is the gun. You guys were right.
after scanning through China Square, it came to my conclusion that every package deal that they had wasn't quite good for us. So we turned our minds somewhere else and see, can we get a better deal online and just order the pressure washer from online.
The next day.
Good morning. So guys, it's actually this day what? Sam? Day three. It's day 3 of the project. So wacha tuendelee. Last time we were doing the dismantling, so today we're here to put it back and see if we've achieved anything electrically. There's hapa my electrical problems no more. So today tulitoa battery, turudisha battery. So we are basically putting back everything we took out. And after that, another plan is we are going to deal with the leakages. One is here, one is at the breather valve, PCV valve. So Kachonjo, let's see what we can do today.
So we found where the water comes in. So it actually rolls into this. There's a hole here. It goes down.
So you need to seal that. So you need to seal this.
So I put the direct illumination.
I'm going to make a very bad suggestion.
Yes.
Tumia silicone.
Tumia silicone. Now what you can do for now, tunaweza tumia silicone from now.
Yeah.
Then from there, so that we protect this from getting more water.
We can cover this with a piece of paper, polythene paper. Tufunika hapo juu.
But the good thing is kuna ile cover yake. Iko na cover. But bado hiyo maji na roll inaingia huko nyuma inateremka pale.
So because this is the most important place, I think you can just cover your protective measure at least itasaidia kidogo. The electricals zisipate maji.
The water problem is a common issue with the W211 chassis. I think there was a bit of a problem with the design laid work around the drainage system on the bonnet, or what you guys prefer to call the front hood. So after a few clicks here and there, we decided to go and confirm, is it the same problem we'll find on any other 211? And lucky enough, we had one just next to us. Again, I'll remind you, this particular 211, the one that is red in color, is for sale, and the owner is asking for 800,000 Kenya shillings. I believe you can negotiate your way around it. If you're interested, then here is a deal for you. This one runs a V6 112 engine from Mercedes-Benz.
Same the other side.
Yeah, same.
That's pretty bad. I want to see where the other water rolls in from. This one also has a hole. Hebu finya iende juu. Hapa ndo mwisho. See this one also has a hole. Mercedes-Benz. This one is worse because this one now water. Look at that. So
think that's all that goes.
Okay.
So that instead of water accumulating up in a drip slower, so there should be some hold.
Guys, this is what we call a PCV valve or a crankcase breather. So ideally, even when so normally when the car is running, there is a lot of pressure or gases that come from the lower base of the car. That is the block. So inakuja through here. So this is put there. So when the gas come in, zina escape. Hapa katikati kuna diaphragm. In here there's a diaphragm that opens and closes. Then in case excess oil in a crossover inaingia hii side, there is a drain cock hapa. So your oil inafaa iteremke na hapa. Inaonyesha. The hole here. Inateremka na hapa inarudi ndani ya engine. So normally what happens is kama walifanya kazi ya ukumbafu. So there's supposed to be a seal here, a round seal. And there is one, I hope I'll get it. There's one that is dried up. You see that? Imepigwa na silicone. Walishindwa kuchange hii, so wakapiga tu silicone. Then there is this one also. So ideally you're supposed to change these seals. That is what has caused all this leakage. So because of this, it was not sealing properly. So this was not sitting in properly. It was not tight enough because the seal is supposed to tighten on the walls of this. Then that's how you control that. So normally kwa performance cars, all they do is they replace this with a catch can, which technically does almost the same thing. So here ilikuwa source leakage number 1. So we are fixing this, we're getting these seals, and then we see. But muache kuweka masilikoni mingi kwa gari. Hey! Ona sasa kama hii. So of course we have to do this, clean this device up, seal it up, and then we call it a day. Meanwhile, Mr. Sam anadeal na mambo yake ya front sam. Kazi inachemka bwana. So we are using petrol to clean this. So akile jamaa amefanya ni amechukua hii for advertise. You put a small hole here and all you do is spray now. Shimo unaweka hii kidogo sana. So we just put a slightly bigger hole used to spray. One of them at all. And we have very nice brushes here. Let's go at it. Agitate.
Using petrol is a hack you've learned on the underworld of the mechanics world, and it's a good degreaser, if I have to put it that way, because it breaks down the particles of the grease or the oil components sticking on any material quite easy and quite fast. So here I am scrubbing down the engine, trying to make it clean and polished because I love working around clean areas. On the other hand, engineer Sam was busy putting back all the electricals. This is the front Sam, so we are hoping all the work we've done on this will actually bear fruits. We can't wait to see how everything looks. Tightening up few loose ends, getting more problematic seals out of the way, like this one you're looking at, another problem to deal with.
Also, when they opened, they did not change it, so that's why it's leaking.
We are in Africa.
And Africa is our home.
And Africa is our business.
I think this one is pretty in better shape compared to how I found it. Let's do the final round again. It looks very nice. We are good. So we have the new seal in replacement of that. Mambo inachemka bana. On the other side we'll do an engine wash. So just cleaning the most important bits. Then the rest we'll do a proper engine wash. There you go. New seal in. Looking perfecto. Ready to go back. Sasa kama back yaka. This is the old seal. Quite hard and flat.
That's what she said.
It seems like we'll put some small silicone, but just small. So no.
Just started.
There we go. Look at that. Another seal. You see? That's a broken seal. There.
I think it is safe to say that we have gotten a
Yeah, man. So this is the cable that connects, supplies the turbo with oil for lubrication and na kadhalika. Sasa hii seal tutapata kweli mzee. Let's do our thing, let's do our thing, let's do our thing. Let's do our thing, let's do our thing, let's do our thing. So, look guys, there's no O-ring. Instead, the guy just put silicone. What a bunch of useless mechanics. When you do something the right way, proper way, it will actually serve and last for a very long time. And if you follow shortcuts, kama hawa, you have leakages all over, like the way that car is. So some idiot somewhere decided they're not going to follow due procedure. So actually, hii inanisikia sana hii sana, because then it means you have to check more than kabidi tuangalie so many places. Let me go hunt for this one as well. Right? I'll do a price breakdown. Just chill. Everything that you see being done, we'll do a price breakdown. This is me just fitting the seal, and you can hear the sound. Fits perfect. What do you say? What do you say? You tell me.
Naweza silicone kabidi kidogo tu hapa nini.
Leta silicone. And finally it came to the time to use RTV, and some the engineer had quite interesting ideas on how we need to do it. Something I didn't pretty agree to, but because he's my engineer, I have agreed some. What else do I have to say? The results? Utafanya the right thing. Sindio Sam? Najua nafinya at the same time na apply. So usifikiri.
Kwa shozi kile kinywaji na kunyonga usiku.
The young lad was spot on with the idea of how to apply RTV. The only difference is on this particular sealing point, it had a different game up its sleeve. So whatever we were trying to do didn't work. So we had to adapt. And we are in. Now you see your silicone. I was telling you, it's covering nothing.
Have you seen me applying any silicone?
No, I was telling you the other time. The reason why your logic for silicone will not work, because this area doesn't even have... Engineers are always quite hard-headed. You can just clearly hear Mr. Sam here still maintaining that his idea of applying silicone was the right way to do it. You tell me in the comments, what do you think? You just maintain. But it means we also have to apply a little bit on this surface here. So, Mr. Sam. Perfect. Another man. We are doing something amazing. As we are waiting for these six, can we divert our attention to the rear? We went to the back of the car to try and clean up the boot as well.
this place was quite dirty and ganged up. And this is one of the reasons why the rear sump was not working perfectly. So this is us trying to get it a bit better. We'll do a better cleanup job later on.
6 hours later.
We missed some 2 seals. The first seal is the one that goes at the other end of the turbo cable. Not the turbo cable, the pipe that feeds the turbo with oil. And the second seal is huyu hapa. So now, because it's too late, it's almost raining, we are putting this back together and then we meet. Can they watch this on the next episode? Ama we continue till we finish this? Mr. Director amesema tunaendelea. So I think we'll just finish up all the oil leaks, check all our electricals. Of course, we'll also put back a new battery, an auxiliary battery pale mbele, and then we do a complete service kwa sababu tuweze kurudisha air filter ndani. So we do air filter, we do oil filter, a set of new oil, tumalizane na mambo hapa mbele. Back to the engine wash, sindio? And once we do that, then we can move to the gearbox, right? Perfect. So for now, I'm going to put this back temporarily so that he is chafuke. But you know, we are still coming back here.
Years later.
So guys, it's day 4. The weather is weathering. Hapa ni kama tuko wapi Fab? Tuko Antarctica ama tuko wapi? It's so cold. So we are still patching up the car. You know, we are dealing with oil leaks. So we've managed to get all the seals for the breather or PCV valve, put it back. Kuna seal moja inatukula kichwa, so I've just dispatched a guy to go find that seal. The one that comes, you know, the pipe that we removed, hapa ya turbo, the one that connects the block and the turbo, the one that supplies the turbo with oil. So you're waiting upon that seal. Once we get that seal, we patch these things back up, and then we go and do some interesting stuff. The engine is quite dirty. It's one of the most useless looking engine. So my plan is, together with the team, leo niko na Fab, there's another guy who's joining me called Amani. We're going to see if we can wash this engine. And then, come I show you. So, over the weekend, we did some few, you see this? Naona hizi rubber venye zimeharibika hizi. So these ones were causing some leakage into the car. Imekata. Same this one here. So we went shopping in the scrapyard and we got to pinch this from a 211 that was being stripped. And not only did we pinch this one, he also managed to pinch this one. You remember? The one that goes there? Hapa? Yeah, we didn't have that. So we also pinched this one. Dirty kidogo, so a bit of cleanup. And then we clip it in. Then while we are still there, I remember our boot with the stone. The lock is not working. So again, we go to pinch something else. Yeah, we go to pinch another rear sump. I don't trust the one that we have here. So I got a good offer. I got another one from the same car. So the plan is transfer everything from that to this one. Tuifunge pale juu mahali nafaa ifungwe. And then we test our electricals. Remember that bit of testing haven't been done yet. So that's the plan. So we wash and test the electricals and scan and see what errors do we have. Sounds like a good plan. Perfect. Fanye kazi. So as we wait for the seal, I'm thinking we start replacing these rubber sets. Unaonesha, you know this. Hii ilikuwa inaingiza maji kama, so these were short. So I think we do it. Haina mambo mingi sana. Okay, be straightforward. Ah, nice. So this one is out. I'm thinking, do we need to wash this before we put it back? Naona iko chafu. I don't know. Oh, we also ordered this one.
It's on the way coming. There's a few things we've ordered. Oh, I also got a clock. This one is way bad. So tulipata hiyo pia. So what do you think, Fab? We do some bit of cleaning of this area before we put another rubber seal on?
No need of rubber tena iko chafu.
Sindio? Agreed. So for now, wacha tutoe. Then we will do the cleaning as we put. Chafu bwana. Ile unajua kutoa ile paka tutoe na central lock. Sababu lock yake ni kama hicha. We got the seal. Came in handy. So nafikiri tumazana na hii story. Then turudi hapa. Progress going on quite well. So ideally what I'm doing, I'm just trying to lubricate the seal, yeah? Kalika ATF kidogo. Si mbaya sana. And oil will do. Your engine oil, blah blah. But we are good here. Twende kazi, Mr. While trying to put back the turbo feeder pipe, we lost the banjo bolt, and this is us, scrambling everywhere, trying to find it, stuck somewhere. We spent a cool 1 hour trying to find one tiny small bolt. So we went out, got ourselves a pipe. Ndio hiyo hapo, set number 1. Degreaser. Amani amesema ni kidogo sana kwa ufala. Tutaanza nayo. But most importantly, we have a washing machine. This is the most important bit. So the plan is simple. It's to wash this engine. Then from there, tutaweza kufanya service and then we see. Put the electricals back together, test the car. See what happens from there. Kwa pamoja? Let's roll. Sasa nasikia hii ndo wanasema inafunga kwa nini bwana, si ndio? Kwa tab. Very nice. Hey, hakuna mahali ya kufunga bwana. Hii is more. So seriously, this is a waste of money. It's all right. Kujaribu kuingiza tu hapa. Amesichoka. Tena hiyo itatoshea. Hii kitu si kubwa.
That's what she said.
That's
Tuko sawa. So we started off by applying degreaser. That's us spraying, and you have to do it over and over again and allow it to settle and just mark you. We are trying to test this machine for the first time. You've never done this before, so I know there'll be mistakes here and there, so don't be harsh on us. But here it's us trying to wash the first ever engine in our lives. So sit back, relax and enjoy. And that pressure washer is quite powerful. I think it's able to put out around 150 psi of pressure, so we underestimated how capable this pressure washer was. And the results are coming out easy, nice and super clean. Just look at that. Then we discovered something interesting, just where exactly you put your auxiliary battery, just like the other side where we have the front sump. Again, there's a clogged drainage system at that point. So at this point we had to remove everything that is located at that point, and this should be telling you something, because if there's any electrical component at this point, then the truth is it can't be alive, because it was submerged in water and it must have like shorted out of order. So this is us trying to get that drainage unclogged, and there you see the water is now flowing downwards and super clean again. Right now you can hire us for any car washing services, engine, kila kitu. We are now pros.
So far so good. Look at that.
And after the wash, of course, we had to dry clean the entire engine. So we got a blower, and this is us trying to blow every single particle of water that was stuck or stagnant around the engine, putting back everything that we had put out. It looks like a matrix, but Mercedes-Benz and any German automaker has made it quite easy for you to identify the clips that go into specific areas. So for us, we hadn't done this before, especially on a Mercedes, but this is us trying to figure out every little component and where it goes, and it was spot on. Oh, not yet, because we haven't started the car, so hold your fingers until we try starting the car.
Really short bwana. Shikanisho cheki.
Na shida kushoti yake si inamaanisha iko kitu ilifanyika ndo maana ikachoma. Whatever was on this side ndo ili short. But huku short.
No, so iko sawa.
Iko tu sawa. Whatever ilikuwa huku ndo ili short. That is why ikaspili ikachoma.
Okay. So kuna confidence na hii. Sawa mzee, tuende basi. Sasa nilikuwa na kushow.
Nilikuwa imeenda ni fuse.
Fuse iko sawa. Sasa nilikuwa na kushow. Hii kama kitu haiwezi ingia.
That's what she said.
Sijui kama una get.
Kwa ziko color coded.
So nafikiri tuanze na hii.
Kama ziko color coded.
Hata si zote.
Okay?
Okay.
Ngoja tu kidogo. Tubadilisha hii.
Hii iko na color. Hii haina.
Finya tu. Next one.
A fresh battery in. Oh, this is not a new one, but we borrowed this from the garage, but we are going to buy a new battery again for this particular car, both at the front, the auxiliary, and the rear. And I'll tell you a few things about why you need a proper battery for this particular car. We tried starting the car, but nothing was happening, so it was simply showing the car auxiliary power on, but nothing was happening. And this was quite disappointing because we had done so much and worked so hard, and all we were putting in the faith was to see how this car will actually perform after all the things we've done.
Man, hiyo board.
And after a few trials, I was not sure about the rear sum that we just swapped in. So me and Amani had a discussion. We decided, you know what, why don't we put back the original rear sum and see what will happen, because at this point we were trying to think or believe it could be anything, could be battery power, could be the rear sum. So we went back to the original plan where we are plugging back now the original rear sum.
Mahaka hapo kazi. Aiwa. Hata infotainment haifanyi.
One quite important thing when it comes to this car is battery voltage and exactly the type of battery that this car requires to run properly. So what we're having here is a smaller battery, so it's putting out less power. Yes, it's a 12-volt battery, but it's not as powerful as this car requires it to be. And again, remember the front, we are missing the auxiliary battery, so we were battling two battery points at the same time. So we tried putting on the car, but nothing was going as planned. So we had to become genius and think about how best can we get more power to this machine so that we can see if we can power it up. So we came up with a very wise idea. Why don't we pull up the 212 and try to jumpstart this car? Because at this point we had no other option than to confirm the battery voltage and output. So the 212 came into space, and here it's us trying to jumpstart this car. And voila, it came into life. And then we had to do the most important thing: scan and see whether we've lost any errors that we had before. So initially we had a total of almost 142 error codes from the front SAM, the rear SAM, and all the other electrical components that were just acting up. So standard procedure, there are two types of errors. So there is what we call a current error. That means that is active and you need to fix something before that error disappears. And then we have what we call stored errors. Stored errors are those errors that have been triggered by an action. So at this point I'm looking at the common rail system of this car, and it has a few stored errors. So my idea is clear the errors, every error that is on the car, scan the second time and see what do you get back. And this is where I need to piga coffee.